to me and started harassing me and cursing at me. It took me a minute to get this thing going. I need help. I need help in this kind of harassment. This man pulled over. He's in the road. He pulled over in the road to harass me and started yelling at me and accusing me of harassing people and telling me to get out of this town, telling me I needed to leave this town and he's going to run me out of this town.
You need to run out of town right now.
You hear me? You hear that right there? He's still doing this.
You need to run away. You need to go away.
You hearing this? He's trying to bully me and harass me and intimidate me into leaving. This is not okay. He is trying to bully me and harass me, same as the police. He needs to stop. You hear this? He's cursing at me and bullying me and berating me, and I'm going to get his license plate number. His license plate number, he's got a red passport. Honda. License plate number VRY 975. And he is threatening me with violence.
No, I'm not. I'm telling you
He
right
is
now.
threatening me with
I'm
violence.
telling you right now, you need to get the fuck out of this town.
You hear this? This man will not stop harassing me. He pulled over to harass me, and now he's threatening me and intimidating me.
Can I talk to you for a second?
He is wanting to get his voice heard after he pulled over to threaten me. And now he wants to call names. All right, I did not ask for this. I did not ask for this.
You asked for this.
This guy right here will not leave me alone. I did nothing to him, but he is down here harassing me. Get away from me. Get away from me. You are making it unsafe. You are threatening me and harassing me. I feel unsafe, 100%. You just got out of your vehicle after threatening to assault me. Back
I
up.
didn't threaten to assault you.
Back up.
When did I threaten to assault you?
You also said
When
you was
did I-
going to run me out of town. Back away
I
from
said
my
you need
vehicle.
to get the fuck
Back
out of
away. You're going to make me.
No.
Are you going to make me leave?
You've been harassing people.
I have not harassed anyone.
Right.
I have not. Back up. Leave me alone.
You have been
Leave me
harassing
alone.
people
Back
on
up.
your-
Stop harassing
Now,
me.
I'm gonna tell
Leave
you
me
right
alone. Back up. Stop
better-
harassing
you
me.
better
Back
leave
up.
people alone.
Back up. Leave me alone. Back up. Leave me alone. Nobody asked you to stop and harass me.
You're a psycho.
Go away and leave me alone.
You need to go
Go
to
away.
mental
Leave me alone.
institution.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Stop harassing me. Stop cursing at me. Stop. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Go back over there and video anything right now.
Leave me alone. 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 Leave me alone.
What kind of fucking douchebag are you?
Leave me alone.
Why would I want to leave you?
Leave me alone. 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 VRY. I didn't catch the last part of it, but I definitely said it. Everywhere I go, it took me a minute to get this thing started, but damn. I make sure I record these instances to the best of my ability, and that's based on my ability to keep things charged. I'm trying to charge my battery and it's running low. But this is not okay. This is not okay. We got another troll typing on here. What do we do with these guys? You already know. I'd use her on this channel. Blam. I get victimized because I'm stuck in public. I don't have a place to get away from these predators. How has it been every time that I've gone to police to show them evidence? How well does it go when I try to show police the evidence? When I say leave me alone, people don't. And then they wonder why I speak up. And they just want to call me mental. They want to threaten to kill me, threaten to fucking assault me, get out of their vehicle with the intention of assaulting me. See, that's the difference. I record the abuse. I have to keep myself safe somehow. And I get treated like people like that don't exist. I run into those people everywhere I go. Every single place I go. I make sure I make it available for any friends or family who actually care. I may not get to record the very beginning of it. I didn't expect that guy to come pulling up on me. I rarely do. The cops, when I was making a video this morning, I was about to make a video about how the cops come and retaliate against us for telling on them. And how the public ain't so nice either. See how much charge I got on this thing. 5%. 5%. That ain't much. I went over to the store. I even crossed the street, went across the street. Completely across the street to make sure that I didn't offend the mandated reporters I've obviously been trying to turn in since the incident happened on the 5th. So what do? They play victim. Just like that man right there want to play victim. You saw me record it. And I explained why I recorded it. For my safety. So if people want to pretend I'm doing bad shit, oh no, it's recorded. If I wanted to do bad shit to people, it would have been done already. And that dude wanted to accuse me of killing people. And they're just going to keep on doing that. The cops know it's bogus. So they're not going to actually look at any evidence. They're not going to bother with that. No, what they're going to do instead is they're going to have other people harass me. Other people call in to them and say, oh, there's this horrible dude. He's wanted for murder in Colorado. No, the fuck, I'm not stupid. Not only that, how is it first steps to get help from people who are supposed to understand autism? That's not what they did, though, is it? Of course not. They couldn't bring themselves to do that. And when that officer was in there, I needed a safe place. And I needed it to be recorded. I needed those people at that office to understand. I needed to be able to use my phone and record our conversation. And record anything going on with the police. Instead, an officer showed up out of nowhere, and those ladies wanted to make excuses for him. I kept saying, hey, I should probably go get my recording device so I can actually record it. If I tell somebody I'm not recording, chances are probably good that I'm not recording. But that doesn't mean that I'm not recording every time. If I don't have the ability to record, I'll apologize for not having the ability to record you at this moment. Thank goodness I was able to get my Facebook back. Or sorry, my YouTube back. Yeah, I was locked out of pretty much everything because I had to wait for this phone to be repaired. And thank goodness for Dan's cell phone repair. Dan repaired my phone. It was bend in the frame of this thing, and he replaced the screen. I had to take a picture of it for you. I mean, whew, that other screen was messed up. Thank goodness for Mr. Dan and Dan's cell phone repair here in Warrenton. He kept trying to talk me into just buying a new phone. Like, for the cost of a repair, I could get a brand new phone, and the most expensive service that they have for a month, which is like $65, that would have cost me $105 to get the cheapest smartphone. And well, I did get the cheapest smartphone. I still had to invest in that. See, I've got it. This is what I had to buy to replace this phone while it was broken, and it made it difficult to record every situation. Also, having to try to find help and having very unreliable help that doesn't show up, doesn't answer their phones. It happens. Those of you who just hit the channel, I encourage you to turn back to the beginning of it. The man decided that he was going to pull up next to me and threaten me and harass me and tell me I better leave town. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, that didn't work for Chris Kurth. That didn't work for Carl Snell. That didn't work. Now here's why you guys need to listen to black folks and why they need to be afraid. And this is especially why you need to look out for black men. Black men are highly susceptible to the, oh, I was abused because I didn't get what I want to Wanda bullshit. Did I pronounce that right? Probably not. I'm not really up to date on modern slang, and I'm pretty sure that that one, because I read it, is, I think it's like a Karen, except, what else is the term? A ghetto princess. I think I'm allowed to say that because my ancestors was Hebrew. Y'all know what the Warsaw Ghetto was, right? I'm not sure if you've ever been to a ghetto, but there's white people there too. There's also a lot of drama anywhere in the country, regardless of color. The reason that black men are so especially prone to being abused the way that they are is because, well, cops don't have to worry quite as much in the situation with a black man. Not quite as much. If you're in a house, yeah, that cop has to be afraid. That cop has to be afraid to do anything wrong. But if that black man is homeless, who's going to give two shits? He's not going to end up on the news. Yeah, we got to look out for our black brothers on the streets. We got to look out for our black sisters on the streets. But you got to understand that there is a lot of brothers on the street of every color. The female population of the homeless is anywhere from 15 to 35%, depending on what part you're at in the nation. I should call the cops, but I already know how they're going to treat me if I call them. Let's see, what am I at now? 8%. That's at least something. lot of people drive by and scream real nasty stuff at me. And that happens a lot. They're less likely to do it if I have my phone out. There's a lot of times when my phone is dead, but I'll pull it out and talk to it. That's right, I talk to a phone that won't even turn on. Because people are less likely to do it if they know it's being recorded. I wish I'd have been recording when that guy pulled up next to me. Because he pulled up and he started screaming a bunch of creepy stuff. He was screaming that he was going to whoop my this, and he was going to get these people to do this and these people to do that, and they're going to run me out of town and all sorts of stuff, and something about how many people have I murdered. So we got the guy's face recorded on this channel, on this very video. Oh. I was also harassed here this morning by the cops. You notice how when I say leave me alone, how I'm harassed more. Nobody understands the words no means no when it's a man saying it. Don't talk to me about sexism and don't talk to me about racism. 96% of those killed by police are males, regardless of color. The homeless and black population, the disabled population of the United States and the black population of the United States are about equal, 60 million. Your chances of getting shot as a disabled person, specifically a disabled male, might I add. Your chances of being shot by police as a disabled person. Well, out of 60 million, about 60 million of each population, you have a 51% chance of being killed as a disabled person, including a mentally ill person. Those are the most prevalent. Do you have any idea how many autistic people were shot last year for stimming? But if they can speak, then it's fine, because they should have tried to tell the officer, no. Stop. A woman left her son, 17 years old, outside of the vehicle. He was playing with a piece of string. What did the cops do? Tased him and beat the fuck out of him. Accused him of being on drugs. Stop it. Stop it. Seriously. Let's see. Where am I at now? 9%. 9% battery. I have to be afraid to call the police. I also had to calm down and stop shaking like a damn leaf. All right. It says storage is critically low. All right. Well, I already knew that. That's not what I'm trying to do. Sorry, this is a new phone to me. I don't even know the number on it. Oh, that ain't it. Let's see. Got to scroll back a few days. Alright, July 3rd is the day I got here to try to get my vehicle, or get my phone fixed. I think it was July 3rd. Let's see. Oh, this is a good one. Let's see what we have here. Well, the lady I gave a ride home last night, she's coming to give me some gas money. And she did too. Buy the cheapest phone they had at Walmart, cheapest plan, and I also... It's the day I got the phone. I think Dan's cell phone repair. It actually had... Oh! It actually has her in it, though, by the way, too. Right now, Hood River, the Dalles, and the last town I was in, Tillamook, they're all looking at... Well, Tillamook's going to be paying about $7 million if I... Alright, we'll see how well this works. Alright, it was actually a couple of days after this that... Oh, here's some stuff out at the fort. Alright, I'm at Fort Stevens in Astoria, or outside Warrenton. I'm trying to remember the name of it. That's not the one we're looking for, is it, though? See, July 4th, that's when I had to step away from public, because it was pretty loud. Alright, that was their 4th of July parade. Let me see. I think this is recorded in Walmart. Alright, so yesterday I bought a rain poncho. It's supposed to be $1, but the ring up is $1.98. So yesterday I came over. Oh, this one's not important. I'm just doing a good deed there. Oh, come on, back the TF up, right? What's this one? Alright, somebody did something nice here by putting 50 cents in there. I happen to have an extra quarter, so I'm going to put it in there so that whoever comes in next and sees this machine can get something out of it for free. Well, not free. I paid for part of it, and so did somebody else's time. Anyway, this one costs $1. I'm going to teach you real quick how to protect yourself from bumblebees getting into your soda pop. You see these things here, these type of machines here with these bubbles? The one that's 2 half spheres, one clear and one of them colored. What you're going to do is you're going to take this little thing out of the machine, right? You're going to take the little prize out of the package. So you got yourself it's got 2 of them in here. It's got a ring and it's got a little bedazzly type jewel. Very cool. But that there is not what we're after. What we're after is this, the lid. I want you to hear something. See that? Right there. Also, spill resistant, tip resistant, and all sorts of other cool stuff. Alright, well, there's our life hack for today. Alright. July 5th is actually when the situation happened over there, and I was So worn out. Officer Holloway is the douchebag. I gotta get his body camera from the incident.
Hey, Brandy.
Most of them places you sent me are closed.
Oh.
This is
Yeah,
that first
I'm
step.
thinking it might be a good idea to hang out in
Now,
that
this is-
area because they both open at 9 a.m. tomorrow.
Yeah, the problem is the police and the other homeless people. As soon as they realized that there was police involved and that somebody was dead, the officer came in. This video here is from after the officer came in. They wanted to send me to places in Astoria. That's everybody's idea, is for me to go to another jurisdiction. Now we get to hear the people who pull up next to me and scream at me that I just need to move along. And then we get to go to these professional places that are supposed to help us. They sign our names down so they can get paid money from the government. All this homeless money and mentally ill money that is being spent, but is it helping us? No. After they waste our time, well, then they want to push us off to move somewhere else. It's always go somewhere else, somewhere else, somewhere else. I told you, people recognize me from the news. They accuse me of being a killer. They start harassing me, and they start calling the cops after harassing me, going, "Oh, I'm calling the cops, I'm calling the cops. You need to stop this, you need to stop that." I'm like, are you kidding me? See, I got another Molly now, and I don't know that guy's name. I got his license plate number. That's it. Also, the name of his vehicle is a Passport, and it is a Honda Passport. It is red. It looks like late 80s to early 90s. But yeah, I'll probably end up heading up there, but they said the library, that the internet stays on, and that as long as I'm not living there, it's alright if I stay there pretty late to try to work on anything on the computer. In my car, of course, because they close at 5. Other than that, the situation with the cop coming and talk to me, that was weird.
Because we're so close, they do come by here often.
Well, he came in, he knew my name, and was asking about a situation that he got completely wrong. The only people I talked to about was you guys. So the cop came in while I was talking to those two ladies, all right? He specifically asked if I was Sean, and asked me, or told me that someone called and said that I was involved in a killing in Colorado, or a murder in Colorado. And when I said no, I wasn't, and it was inappropriate for him to come in here acting like that, well, the officer just couldn't stop talking. This lady here, she's going to start making excuses that the officer just at random happened to come in and happened to know who I was and happened to address specifically me about a situation that I had been talking to them about just a few minutes prior. And that officer came in and intentionally antagonized the situation as much as he could. I let him know that it wasn't appropriate for him to do that. That was Officer Holloway. Now, this is after the fact. She's making excuses that definitely don't match his body cameras, so I got to spend money to get that. Oh, come on. Play. It's weird that he would come in and tell me that some guy called him.
Yeah, I don't know, but if you were here tomorrow, he would probably still be coming by.
It's the fact that he knew my name and was talking to me about it, trying to stop bullying. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. For them to come and harass somebody like that, it's either they got a call from somebody who's elsewhere or they got a call from somebody who's here. The thing with my name and with the situation with Natalie, I get that harassment everywhere I go by cop. The officer knew my name, talk to me about the Natalie situation. While I was there at their office, and she wants to say that he just came in randomly on a stroll and that it wasn't about getting a call from any guy, that he was just there randomly on a stroll. I let him know that it wasn't okay to come harass me like that, especially when I'm trying to turn in multiple situations and I need someone to be my advocate. That I was specifically there to get assistance from them because they're supposed to assist people like me. They're supposed to be mandated reporters. And we're going to hear the story that she tries to sell. We've already found her BS just from the very start because she wanted to pretend like, oh, he was just randomly in for a stroll and, oh, hey, hi, Sean. Wow, I wasn't expecting you here kind of thing. No, he specifically was called there to harass me at that place, at that institution that I was sent to for help. And when did I go in? When I saw it at random because I couldn't find it when I was told about it. Now this is, I believe, Ashley who's talking in this video.
Yeah.
If I don't have the ability to record it, it's not safe for me to talk to them. I don't have a parent or a guardian or an advocate to assist me with that, with turning anything into the police. So for me to even talk to them is unsafe.
Let me see what is still open. I think that class of behavioral health is still open.
That's not the first time I've been
Another
sent
one
there
I
either.
put on your list.
What are they going to do though?
They're open till 5.
What are they going to do though, right? But what do they do?
Programs. They offer mental health community-based services.
That doesn't explain what they do.
Supported employment program, peer support.
This is start. So they provide literally nothing drug addicts for help. That's what peer support amounts to in Oregon. Somebody was strung out on heroin usually, and then they call that peer support. It's very scary. They're supposed to be professionals to help people like me with these things. The problem is that I'm not able to access any of that because I'm literally running around spending all my money getting absolutely nowhere but broke. I'm putting a lot of wear and tear on my vehicle, I'm putting a lot of wear and tear on my body, and I can't turn my disabilities off to make everyone happy. And the problem is I can't jump through the hoops that I'm expected to because of abuse. I can't financially afford this, I can't physically afford this, I can't mentally afford this, and I don't have the time to jump through all this, to hurry up and wait everywhere I go for everybody to give me a whole list of phone numbers everywhere I go. Once I've gotten through that list, I've already been sent back to the original place I was sent. By the way, this lady gave me 3 different phone numbers because I'm using a different phone, this phone. I didn't have all of my phone numbers, but I called all those places again and got the same runaround. To begin with, as well as 8 other places for each one, or 6 other places, or 5 other places, or whatever. This is overwhelming having to do this alone. I try to explain what it's like having to live in my car and people blow that off and hear their own thing in their head. I'm exhausted with this. This has been 7 years of this. I was told if I jumped through these hoops that I'd get disability and these people would stop, but that's not what happened. Instead, I finally did get disability, but I got it just in time for a whole bunch of people to want to take advantage of the fact that I had an income. There's nobody who protects me from this, and I get blown off at every service that I go to, because if I talk calmly, then people don't think there's a problem. If I have a major anxiety attack over them not paying attention to the fact there's a major problem, it turns into me being treated like I'm some sort of a monster or animal because I'm not being heard. And I can't explain the bullies that bullied me to the point that I want my life to end without people locking me up in a mental facility pretending that I'm attempting to kill myself.
Yeah.
I'm trying to stop bullies, not kill myself. I'm trying to get a safe place for me to go. And everybody keeps wanting to run me around and send me to a bunch of homeless shelters. If you ever stayed in a homeless shelter, it's horrible.
Yeah.
Me too. Officer's name was Holloway, right?
Yes. I did write it down on your paper too.
Yes, ma'am. Now, does it seem like something to trespass somebody for? That was my last interaction with them. Except for the harassment this morning and the harassment just now at the beginning of this video. Obviously, I'm not safe to drive. I'm going to walk down to the corner store and see if there's anybody there that I know. That place is called First Steps here in Warrenton, Oregon. And then there's, right down here is the library where my car is parked. There's the library and my car. Across the street is Northwest Oregon Housing Authority. The problem is that everywhere I go, people want to talk over me. The housing. Yes, I get housing. I get that. But I need a safe place. A fucking office. A free, open fucking office would not be too much to ask for, would it? A place where I can sit in peace and quiet and work on this. Would that be too much to ask for? How much battery I got now? 14%. I don't think 14% is enough battery. Anyway, that was my last interaction with them, so I don't know what gives. That was July 5th. Haven't talked to them since. See if this is an important one. Wasn't even assembled as a book until the 1600s. Before that, it was just about today. A lot of times. All right, that one is not important. That was basically a Bible study. Good conversation too.
Jesus Christ said to love everybody.
Love one another. It was I have loved you. He was talking specifically though to his disciples. And the point of that is we missed everything that Jesus said. We ignore everything and reinterpret it to however we want to see fit, and then we call people evil for saying it. Like, for example, I had a lot of people that didn't want to follow the law who were supposed to have jobs specific to the law, like finding missing people and trafficking are some pretty big things right now, and I do everything I can to try to do something about it. But it seems to me people are too busy selling artificial. You see how hard it is for me to try to concentrate with traffic driving by? It's because I'm in a state of crisis. But there's 3 young women standing there talking to me. They're all with the Church of Jesus Christ, the Latter-day Saints, and they're inviting me to go to their church in Astoria. I went to their church in Astoria. Notions. Like, we're all animals. We do the same exact things as animals. We have wants, needs, and desires, just like animals. But then humans, we get into philosophy to try to justify our sins. And really, how can it really be a sin if an animal's alive? All right, so it's got their names in them inviting me to the church, and I do go. I did go to their church. Let's see, which one's this? So this is what my computer has been doing since I got here. Nothing. I don't know how to explain how disheartening thing this is, that I have absolutely no assistance with any of this. Lots of people like to tell me what to do, though. It's a panic attack. At least it wasn't a bad one. I'm trying hard not to be too loud, because when I'm having issues because I'm not getting the help that I need, people make fun of me instead of trying to understand. Some guy was just ha-ha-ha-ing me over the fence like it's fucking funny. It's not funny. It's not funny, and it's not okay for people to look the other way. Pretend that just because I'm a male that magic... I see police harassing a white man, any man whatsoever. Yes, I'm going to do something to try to protect him. This is Claire Jordan. She's another one of the victims of Tillamook Police Department, as well as Clatsop County. The services here did the same things they did to her. We'll play that here for a minute. I suppose we better just get all our ducks in a row and send this video to them. I mean, obviously, did it sound like the interaction between myself and... what's that place called? First Step. You see, obviously, I got to think about it for a minute. If you keep on talking over me, I'm never going to remember it. I'm too busy listening to you talk. So just stop talking. Now, that lady seemed pretty nice, but the way that she was backtracking, and obviously I skipped over a big portion of it there, not intentionally, but it happened. But it obviously exists. What am I trying to put up now? Oh yes, Claire Jordan, also talking about this place. And Washington State and Colorado just so happens to be some of the places that I've been. By the way, Claire is pretty badass.
So I'm in my car. Hang on a second. I'm in one of the canyons, so I just have to get all the way back up to Estes where I work. Anyway, yeah, I absolutely understand those situations, and I'd love to testify about it because I had so many situations where basically, like, it's like the Stanford prison experiments on a massive scale out there. It's fucking disgusting. People drive people to madness over, like, power and control. Like, they really get a kick out of controlling the homeless population out there, but then they don't actually want to do anything about it, and so they just push people until they break. And then when they break, they're like, oh, see, this is why you can't function in society. It's like, oh, okay, so you're going to torture me for 4 months, use all my resources, send me an endless list to go check out other resources, other places until I have less than started with, take away every basic necessity of living and comfort, Maslow's hierarchy of basic needs, man, like shelter, no food, like, yeah, people are going to lose their shit. And you start treating people like they have less than animal rights, you're going to end up with a lot of people that are basically gone feral, and now you're cornering them and threatening them. Of course they're going to fight back. That's not a mental health problem. That's torture.
Exactly.
My problem is that the state that my ex left me in, and his, landlord or whatever, I couldn't quite form proper sentences, and I kept having heat stroke, so I'm really not even sure if the words that I thought I was saying were the words coming out of my mouth. And I can't tell because no one cared to pay attention enough. So I could have, I thought I was saying stuff like, I need an ice pack before I have a seizure, I need water, I'm having heat stroke, and I need help. And I would say that over and over and over, and they'd be like, ma'am, you need to calm down or I'm calling the cops. And then they would stare at me with like a weirdly smug smile, like, what are you even saying? And it's really disturbing because some of these like emergency workers and mandatory reporters are supposed to be trained to see something like that. Like, this basic shit. Like how to recognize a stroke, or somebody having a health crisis, not a mental crisis, or like somebody starts speaking gibberish and half their face isn't moving. Maybe you should get them to the fucking ER instead of laughing at them and being like, well, if you don't want my help, I'm out of here. Which is what happened to me in Vancouver, Washington, in a fucking parking ride.
Yeah. She's had to go through this on multiple occasions. She's had to go through this crap in different jurisdictions.
I absolutely know that I have brain damage from multiple rounds of heat stroke because people were denying even so much as water to people that looked homeless. And that's insane. There's states where that's illegal to deny somebody a glass of water. And so it just kind of blew my fucking mind that people were just like torturing the homeless population to the point where they break. And then just modifying their own memory, I guess. Like, oh, they were always like that. See, that's why we don't help you. It's like, yeah, but, you could go 4 fucking months holding your shit together and functioning like a normal person, politely trying to seek out resources for, not to be homeless and, living in a hotel or whatever. And then if you're acting well put together, then they act like you must just be laid on them, and so they don't want to help you because you're not in crisis enough. And then when you finally hit crisis enough, they call the police because now you're just acting crazy. Or like here in Colorado, I was told that I was going to get some help. I got all the paperwork they asked for. I showed up. I made promises with the hotel that I was staying at that they were going to get a payment from this local resource, and I show up like an hour before I'm supposed to have this all done, with one last piece of paper that they asked for, and suddenly they had changed their mind and decided that they had things that they thought were a better idea for my family, except they didn't. The things that they suggested were so overly complicated and worse, and would make things worse for me and my children, and that it was mind-blowing. And so then I spent 45 minutes.
Like I said, she's not evil. Like I said, I'm going to fucking stand up for her and stick up for her. Yeah, she did some wrong stuff to me, but look at her situation. Yeah, Mandy Singer did wrong stuff to me, but look at her situation. Yeah, Dallas Richmond did some messed up to me, but look at his situation.
"45 minutes talking to this director about it and hammering out the details, and then finally coming back around again to the point where it was like, oh yeah, just a hotel voucher would actually be the best thing." And this lady jumps in. She's like, okay, well, I still think that my idea is better, and that's what we're going to go with. And I had a freaking autistic meltdown about it because, like, it instantly made me feel suicidal because their suggestions, instead of a hotel voucher to bridge a little bit of a gap for me, was to put the kids in foster care, go into a safe house, quit my job, so that I could go into this specific shelter. And
all the things they
I
can
was just
use
like,
to take your
why
kids.
would I do that for 2 weeks? And then try to pick up all the pieces after quitting my job? Are you insane? So, hang on a second. Anyway, I had an autistic meltdown about it, which is what I did in Tillamook, you know, after trying to tell my story, like, in 45-minute chunks and then having, you know, realized after 45 minutes of talking to somebody that they haven't been listening to a damn thing that I'm saying, you know, and having that multiple times in a row and blowing away a whole day or 3 to do it, like, you know, that it's hard to even function. It's hard to track. Like, I get so worked up about it, just thinking about it, that I lose where I'm at talking about things. But then in the office up here in Colorado, like, I was like, God, you're making me suicidal. I just want to drive off a cliff. You're not paying attention. And they're like, word. And they called the cops, and I swear to God, like 10 of them showed up to, like, talk about why I'm causing a scene. And I was like, because I just wasted 4 hours of my day trying to explain something to somebody, only to have them pull the rug out from underneath me and basically prove that they weren't listening in the fucking first place, because what they responded with had nothing to do with anything that I said.
Now, you wonder why it is that I'm pissed off at Claire Jordan, but I would still stick up for her. Well, why the hell do you think?
I had to go get my children from Florida myself because no agency would get back to me. I had to drive all the way to Florida and pick them up. They were covered in bugs, bruises, severely neglected. One of my dogs already died from what looks like chemical exposure, and then the second little dog was, you know, on her last legs, losing teeth and massive patches of hair. So, you know, I just got them back like a month ago. I'm still trying to figure out how to help them with their PTSD. I have massive PTSD. I have to make my kids the priority because they're my responsibility. I'd be more than happy to, you know, go in on it with you to say, yeah, these things are happening, and here's what happened to me, and here's what happened to him, and that's how it's, you know, would have to go. But as far as just going in with you, like, I'm in Colorado, so I can't walk in, so I'm not really sure how much help I can be, and then it would also be extremely triggering for me, dealing with a lot of mental damage, and like physical and emotional. So I don't know. I've tried to listen, and I've tried to tell you what I had to offer, and if what I have to offer for help is not something that you need, then I think we're at an impasse.
What I need is her help getting the process started. Like, all the stuff that she's wanting to do is after we've gotten the process started. So we have to get the process started. Whether it's her story or mine is arbitrary. The thing is that Claire's getting screwed over. She's a woman, and you won't even help her.
But regardless, I'm at work right now, and I'm out of anxiety meds, and so I'm going to have to let this go for this minute because I need to keep my job so I can keep my kids safe.
Told you. I told you. Let's go to my channel on YouTube here. I guess I'm going to have to change the name of this video because it says Sean David is going live. Alright, I'm going to have to end this and make sure that I post it up. For those of you who missed the beginning of it, there's another one of those people. I'm lucky if I get to record it. Lucky. How much charge do I have on the phone here? I made sure that I got his license plate number. At least I got that. Someone calling them CJ siblings typed hi. Someone called Maddie typed WSP. I don't know what WSP stands for. I'm trying to get help stopping this abuse. I'm going to end this video so that I can retitle it so that it's easier to find later on. And then I'll probably be back on. CJ siblings type what's up at WSP. Oh, WSP is what's up. I'm not sure. You should go back to the very beginning of this video. A guy in a Honda Passport pulled up next to me, was telling me I better leave town and they're going to run me out of town, was threatening to assault me and hurt me. And then when I got the thing up and running, by that point, because it took a minute, that's why it's got the title of Sean David is going live. That's the default for it, so that if there's an emergency, then I can start the phone. It just takes a few minutes. I'll show you what I mean. Right here, the name of the video is Sean David is going live, but the reality is the very beginning of this video, a guy pulls over and starts threatening me and harassing me over a situation that I got harassed by cops this morning about too. That's the thing. I recorded the situation with him, and I...
Is this what lifting really looks like?
Let's see, we'll go to my channel. Channel.
WSP is what's up.
Alright, so there's a little bit of a delay, and I apologize for that. Here's what happened. To me and started harassing me and cursing at me. It took me a minute to get this thing going. I need help. I need help. This kind of harassment. This man pulled over. He's in the road. He pulled over in the road to harass me and started yelling at me and accusing me of harassing people and telling me to get out of this town. Telling me I needed to leave this town and he's going to run me out of this town.
You need to run out of town right now.
You hear me? You hear that right there? He's still doing this.
You need to run away. You need to go away.
You hearing this? He's trying to bully me and harass me and intimidate me into leaving. This is not okay. He is trying to bully me and harass me, same as the police. Just so you know, that's the very beginning of literally the video you were watching right now live. The video that I am making, this is the video, this is the beginning of literally the video I'm making right now. I need help turning this in. Instead of typing, I'm so sorry, could you help to send this evidence to the local police? If I make the calls alone, the police are going to break the law again to come harass me again. They harassed me this morning over these people. Please, he needs to stop. You hear this? He's cursing at me and bullying me and berating me, and I'm going to get his license plate number. His license plate number, he's got a red passport. Honda. License plate number VRY 975, and he is threatening me with violence.
No, I'm not. I'm telling you.
He is threatening me with
I'm telling
violence.
you right now, you need to get the fuck out of this town.
You hear this?
This is
Now, when he got out of his vehicle, he was telling me I
harassing
wasn't going to get his license. He was going to assault me, but I was too busy screaming over the top of it. Anyway, before I was able to get it started, he started off threatening me physically. I mean, not physically assaulting me, threatening to physically assault me to leave town. And then after he'd been yelling at me for about a minute while I was trying to get this started, he pulled out his camera and started filming me, which I'm fine with. I am fine with being filmed. Pulled over to harass me, and now he's threatening me and intimidating me.
Can I talk to you for a
He is wanting to get his voice heard after he pulled over to threaten me. And now he wants to call names. All right, I did not ask for this. I did not ask for this.
You asked for this.
This guy right here will not leave me alone. I did nothing to him, but he is down here harassing me. Get away from me. Get away from me. You are making it unsafe. You are threatening me and harassing me. I feel unsafe, 100%. You just got out of your vehicle after threatening to assault me. Back up.
I threatened to assault you.
Back up.
When did I threaten to assault
You
you?
also said you was going to run me out of town. Back away
I
from my
said you need to
vehicle.
get the fuck
Back
out.
away. You going to make me?
No.
Are you going to make me leave?
You've been harassing people.
I have not harassed anyone.
Right.
I have not. Back up. Leave me alone.
You have been
Leave me
harassing
alone.
people.
Back up. Stop harassing me. Leave me alone. Back up. Stop harassing me. Back up. Back up. Leave me alone. Back up. Leave me alone. Nobody asked you to stop and harass me. Go away and leave me alone. Go away. Leave me alone. And there, of course, he wanted to use the F word. I thought that he's going to insult me by insinuating that I am a homosexual. Well, I'm used to that at Rednecks. Leave me alone! Leave me alone! Stop harassing me! Stop cursing at me! Stop! Leave me alone! No, I can't stay safe because that stuff happens often. Now, thank goodness he left. But before I was able to get this thing started, he'd been doing that for almost a minute, maybe two. Like, there's so much that wasn't recorded. And then, you know, when he was finally recording it, all right, let's see. There's some other stuff on here, too, that's pretty important for this situation. Nope, that's not it. Live. That's the ones we're looking for. Oh, here's a good one. Alright, it is. So, why do you think it is most people do this again?
Because
The whole being afraid of the police. Are you afraid of them?
yeah, because they like to use their power. They abuse it. They don't protect and serve like what it says. They abuse and abuse. You know, it's not right. And I feel like there's some good cops, yes, but they all are under the same system, which is bad. And they don't know that. And there's some good people. They try, but they just get called crazy and they get dropped to the ground. And it doesn't make sense because everybody wants to do something, they say, but they don't do it. They just make it worse for people who have problems like us, like me, like anybody else. You know, like, it's stupid.
Nobody wants to help anybody else, and if they do, their idea of helping is talking over murder. You're mentally ill.
Yeah, exactly. Or they don't want to hear. They just assume they want. And it's stupid because nobody ever wants.
Every time I've called 911, I've been threatened and
But when it comes
harassed
down to it, nope, I can't do it.
by 911 or talked over.
So are you too afraid to go in and talk with me?
No, I'm not afraid. They can't really do anything to me. They've already done too much.
See, we gotta stick up for each other and look out for each other, or we all take the shaft. Alright, I'll probably see you at 1. I'll make a funny face at you because you'll probably be working.
Okay.
Thank you.
Alright, so there's also, let's see. Oh, this is the one where I was just getting ready to start making it and the cops pulled up next to me.
Go back.
Well, I haven't been back. I left there. There was a safety issue and I left. You coming and harassing me over those people is not okay. I left. I haven't been back in 3 days. I haven't tried to go back. I'm not interested in going back. You are harassing me. It is not appropriate for you to come do this here. Last time I was there was on the field. Now, what is your name?
My last name is Burnt.
All right. Can I get your card?
I don't have any right now, but they're at the police department.
You hear he got an attitude. I don't have any right now. Like, he is trying to tone bully. He's going out of his way to be a dick.
the guys I'm trying to turn in, this department. This is what they do when you try to turn them in. Mandated reporters breaking the law and taking it to disabled people. As you can tell, there are 2 officers there. We're going to get out and we're going to make... So, that's multiple officers. We need the body camera from Officer Burns. That'll likely be $15 and some paperwork, and they won't likely give me the paperwork. What they'll likely do is have an officer talk to me and talk over me, and then send me back to places I've already been. No, this is not okay. There's more. There's a whole lot more on my channel. This one right here. This is me talking about the situation. The services that I'm told to do for help take advantage of me for government funding. That's what they do. They do the same thing to others. Medicare and Medicaid fraud. I told you. Anyway, you know how we end these videos. Good to be radio. Thanks for coming to visit. Stay out of trouble or don't get caught. Remember, you are your brother's keeper and no victim left behind. And if you could, it would surely be nice if somebody could call this in. Turn in that man and his license plate number, and turn in, obviously, Officer Burns, Officer Holloway, and the people there at First Steps. CJ Siblings typed, I hope you can get a place where you can be peaceful. I'm trying, but I can't do it alone. I'm a single, disabled white male who is homeless and disabled. My chances of being heard are about the same as your chances of winning the lottery. I'm going to end this video. I'll be back on shortly for my safety, but for the love of God, please, somebody call this in with me, please. It's not just me. Write a letter to the government, write the governor of Oregon, and also write the governor of Colorado. Please go back and watch this whole video. I know it's an hour and 7 minutes long, but please watch it. You'll realize why it is that I have panic attacks and meltdowns. But there's also a lot of evidence that I've tried to record over the last few days. It'll take me a month or so with a proper place to do it in order to get that all processed to get it turned in, because I don't have a place. I haven't had a place since Natalie was killed. I've had to stay with others in loud environments. I was going to say, did I do good at not stuttering while he was being a dick? But then I ended up stuttering trying to say that. Good to be radio. Thanks for coming to visit. Stay out of trouble or don't get caught. Remember, you are your brother's keeper and no victim left behind. Not even your sister, because you're her keeper too. Also understand, I believe in loyalty above all else except honor. But your idea of honor is different from mine in most cases.